you think about that intro? That was so hot. Oh my god, it was awesome. I loved it. It was great.
We'll have to hire this guy for something.
Yes, thank you, Odd Arcade. He is quite the man. As you can see here, I am minus one person because he is not here. He is here virtually, who you cannot see because I have not added him to the section of the XSplit. So his Sandy Guardian will take his place, and we will be talking about like the latest patch notes, the new game mode, and some other things. There's not really a whole lot of news to speak of that's really changed from the last time we did a show, which was Saturday, shockingly. And so, pretty much that. So we'll just go ahead and join our guests and say hello to Rebel, who is in an odd spot today. He's actually up in the call window. Rebel, would you like to say hello from Memphis, Tennessee?
Hey guys, what's up? How's it going?
Great. Kennedy?
I'm chilling in Memphis up here. I had Thanksgiving with my brother and his wife, and some people from Siberia, and just some other people from around the area. So it's good times.
Rebel looks like he's lost weight.
No,
actually, he's gained weight.
Normal weight. Yeah, this is my normal weight. This is how I normally look. I just look worse when I'm next to Demon.
He loses weight
really
when he
what I
shaves
think.
his face.
Maybe he's comparing you to the stone statue.
That is true. That could be true.
I could be a stone statue.
Mm.
You'd really have no way to tell.
Right. I mean, he could. I mean, look at me. I'm huge compared to that statue. So, Kennedy, how are you doing today? And thank you for joining us.
Doing pretty good, actually. Nice, relaxing day, and I've had yesterday off, and I get tomorrow off as well.
Woo! Yay for school days off.
Nice.
And of course, everybody here of age is prepared with their adult beverage. So, if you are not prepared with your adult beverage, you should go and acquire one because we will have to make a drinking game out of today's show.
Dude, I'm all for that.
I agree.
Let
and
me
then
go get my adult beverage.
You do that.
Because it'll go great with my 2 giant blisters on each toe and my left ring finger that doesn't work anymore.
Why would you tell people that?
Dude. About my ring
frostbite
finger?
or something?
I know, it's kind of messed up. No. We were playing football earlier, and it didn't work out as well. One of the catches didn't work out as well as I'd imagine it would. So right now, one of my fingers is like giant swollen and blue. But all the other ones work great.
So what you learned today was that Revel is no sportsman.
No. What I learned today is what Revel sucks at catching a football, but he is a bitch on defense. I like when I was on defense. It was great because I intimidated their quarterback into.
For your offense, you need that 9-year-old girl who's like all of a sudden became huge and famous from playing football.
Good God.
She's on the Wheaties box. She's getting on the Wheaties box.
Jesus, that child has got so much money now.
1,900 yards her first season.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But it's not so bad when you're playing against scrubs. I like it. He's got the mug root beer. Oh, there goes Rebel.
Oh,
and nobody will be able to see. Sturmies is up in the top right here. Sturmies, the first time he's ever been on any kind of show or device with show-like things. Now you cannot see him anymore, but he will be coming back in a second. Sturmies, who just got his webcam and is like, ha!
He can't keep it on now.
Nope, he can't keep it on because Rebel can't keep connection.
He can't keep it on. Oops.
Hey, I can keep it on, baby.
Whoa, okay.
Oh.
Rebel. Calm yourself. I know you're drunk already.
Right.
No, well, no. Not yet, but
no, you will be able to tell when he is drunk.
Yeah. It's really obvious.
Is Sayo throwing down codes in the chat?
Dude.
Dun, dun.
Yeah. They're just codes.
They're just random codes.
Go, just log in game, copy, paste, see what happens.
Good thing you can't paste in Steam. Did they fix that in Smite where you can paste it now after you copy a code, or is it still pasteless?
Oh, I don't think you can. I mean, unless they decided to not tell us about that awesome
feature,
yeah.
Being able to
like
copy
a code
something
for like Origins or something, like that crappy EA client.
Yeah. I agree.
Hey,
so,
if it's that code that lets you download any game under $20 repeatedly, it's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good code. Where did I get that code?
It's still pasteless according to Guitarist. Thank you, sir, for verifying that for us. So, shall we get on to the discussion of the Smitey patchy thingy that is apparently Very loved and very hated all at the same time.
Dude, I'm in that camp. I love and hate it at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
like,
I
this is
love
so
the
much
new
fun,
interface.
but it sucks so much.
Oh, it took about 30 seconds for somebody to go, new champ, OP, enough said. There goes Voidness, shooting off his
there's
mouth
Void,
like
too.
normal. God.
Yeah, he has some really crazy.
He's a bit OP, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe slightly? I don't know. Who knows? I haven't played him too much. I played him a couple times, but...
Yeah, I mean, if he's in the hands of an enemy, like someone who's decent with him, he is extremely strong. It's not Guan Yu. Not Guan Yu. It's
No,
not
he's-
Guan Yu when he came out.
He's
I mean,
fun
that
to
was...
play. He's fun to play AD though.
Yeah, he is. I was playing some games with Kennedy, and he was playing AD and doing pretty well when I was trolling with my Noodle Dragon. They're like, the other team's like, oh, we're all gathered up behind this pillar. I'm like, oh, really?
Haha.
Remember
Yes.
that. Remember that.
Oh,
You were
wait.
Noodle Dragon carrying us.
Somebody said
Yeah.
overpowered in chat. Somebody said overpowered in chat, so take a drink.
Oh.
Oh jeez, you're not gonna
Yeah,
stop.
I don't know how he's gonna be in like tournament play, but
Yes, there's all
Yeah.
new Norse gods, Vlanatech.
yeah, all of them are new.
Yeah, all the new ones lately have been Norse.
Yeah. Well, they
So-
they do their thing. It's like they're like, all right, let's make this and this. All right, well, who else? Let's go over here with the Egyptian guys and hang out.
I think they're trolling us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
All
right,
I see Sios trying to get me drunk because he keeps spamming overpowered in chat.
I
Well,
know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think for as far as the God Order, I think they've got the gods plan, like the idea of them, but I don't think they. I think essentially, like we've seen it, and we've all been looking at. We've looked at the models and gone, "Oh, this one's coming out next," and it doesn't come out for like 3 or 4 iterations because I think they haven't decided what skill sets to give them all. And until they find a skill set they like and get them refined there, then they might finish another one before that.
Yeah.
I don't know how many teams they have working on the gods. They might have more than one team working on different gods.
They probably do. Especially because they have to go with god design and art at the same time. So it would just be unreasonable to only be working on one at a time.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
would
art
just be
might-
silly.
The art team might get popped out pretty fast before the design team wants
Yeah.
to figure
Yeah.
out something for it.
Yeah, and then they go back to like, all right, we want this move, and they're like, okay, and they're like, no, we don't want to do it like that. We want it like this. And they're
Oh
like,
yeah, the animations
yeah.
probably get changed all the time in the
Yeah.
animations.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So, what does this new game mean for the meta? It means that the old meta is gone, and that the new meta is abilities all the time, every time. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
You
it's,
don't got a
Abilities
choice.
cost
If-
600 and are awesome.
and passive active all the time. If you don't get it at the very beginning of the game, you might as well say goodbye.
Yeah. Like, say if you're a magic, yeah. Like Stern is, I think, when I was carrying games with the Noodle Dragon, just that mana regen on characters like that, it was never meant to be that easy.
You can't run out of mana. Like you literally can't. Like by the time you run out of mana, and if you use your meditate, by the time you run out of mana again, meditate's back up.
Yeah. You look like you're
There
gonna
was-
say something, Star Mage.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff that the ability change did, honestly, because now you're seeing a lot of different gods. Like now you're seeing Hebo and Artemis, who I know got also a buff, but they're being able to really sustain their lanes a lot more. It's actually changed quite a bit of the game. And then there's also sprint, which now you can just sprint out of Creeping Curse.
yeah.
It's almost well, if you look at it, it's changed the entire. You don't have to be reserved anymore in your abilities. You know, with the meditation, I mean, you're basically going, all right, I can spam these abilities as much as I want. Maybe more action-like, but you don't have to make a decision. I can sit there and play Agni and spam my 2 over and over again on creeps and just throw it down.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me.
Now here's a question. As some people have said, it's made Hebo and Artemis viable side lanes, as Spoo said. And Sios says, they should either remove the passives, set everything back to what it was before they gave them passives, set the prices back for the Hand of God up. to 750 and call it a day. But weren't people at that point in time bitching that it was too slow and nothing ever happened, and with the Hand of God nerf and stuff like that, it was just like it took forever to do anything, and now they're complaining it's too fast. Is basically the summation I'm gathering from all of these gentlemen who are of higher caliber.
You're asking if the gaming world is complaining.
Oh, they complain all the time.
I mean, the too slow aspect baffles me. If we even look at any other game, any other MOBA out there, there's no way you can still say this is too slow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is it MMORPG players that are complaining, saying it's too slow, and they just want the constant action? They probably want to respawn after 5 seconds too, every time.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you can't really say that MMORPG players want the game to be really fast. That's
or
like
shooters,
saying,
or shooter players,
the old men who play chess in the park really want a more fast-paced version.
So they put a
really
clock
what they're
in.
Going for a little bit different.
Haven't you watched Finding Bobby Fischer? Have you seen that motherfucker playing chess on a clock? They're like doonch 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 doonch. They're like playing chess like it's a fucking race, because it is. I guess I don't know how exactly it's.
It can be.
Yeah.
There's a different. That's a different show altogether. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think abilities should be this big of a deal in the game. They want to add some mana regen in there for the gods. You know what? Give them an actual mana regen by default. Give Hebo some mana regen. I mean, or something like that. Whoever uses mana a lot, give them a little bit. I mean, it doesn't have to increase over time. It could just be a basic mana regen they get. But.
So, give them a base MP5 that they start with, and it just stays that the whole time. So
stays that, or maybe upgrades. I don't know, but I'm not balancing here perfectly. I'm not the balancer.
See,
right?
Yeah, I think Sturmies has an opinion on this.
On what?
No, he doesn't. He's just sitting there to look pretty.
He's in chat.
I'm just reading chat.
Sturmies like, I'm bad.
I'm just here.
What?
I mean, am I the only one that thinks the abilities should play a very little role in the game?
Well, abilities, they should be in the game. Like, they should have a role, but not to the extent where it's just like they're game changing. I mean, sure they can be game changing, but like I don't know how to explain it.
Not game defining, but game changing. Like,
something like that.
You want it to be able to affect the game in some aspect of, it made this clutch play, but it's not, oh god, you have all of your abilities because it's what you have to do. And there goes Rebel. But that's
but do we increase the cooldown, though? I mean, if one thing, maybe increase the cooldown, and I think the passive effect is a big problem, too.
Yeah.
The passive always being active.
Yeah. What if they just got rid of the passives, or maybe tone them down some?
I don't know why they added
one needs to be toned down.
Go ahead, Starmies.
I don't know why they added the passives in the first place, to be honest.
Well, they had the passive abilities originally. I guess they wanted to put that stuff kind of back in there in some manner. Or the idea, I guess, was to make certain ones more viable, like sprint and things.
Okay, so Erez listed out a poll last week, probably 2 or 3 days ago, and he's like, "All right, vote on what you want." And there was like a list of options, which was like, leave them as they are, active or passives only when they're used, passives all the time. Choose your abilities before you start the game, and that's it. You don't buy them. Increase prices, decrease prices, blah blah blah. So there's this giant poll, and thus far the one that was winning lately was the turn them back to what they were before. So maybe we'll see that. And some people were also, the next highest one was like increase the prices of them. Well, actually, the choose abilities before you start the game was a pretty big one too, which I vote for actually, because it'd be kind of neat to have it league style where you can see their passives and what they're picking. And
I don't like it before the game.
You don't like it before the game?
No, I like it being a part of your decision of purchasing. Right now, it's too simple to decide, hey, yes, let's get abilities because you need it. I like the idea of, do I need to purchase an ability early on or not? I think it needs to get into that stage to where, do you need it or not? If anything, I think abilities in Smite his main purpose is kind of to create that balance between League's abilities and League's active items. Because we don't have any active items.
This
in
is
the
true.
game.
Yeah. So I
they
want
take
Call of Duty perks.
Maybe they take some of the passives off the abilities and put it onto some of the items.
And turn them into actives?
Well, as far as the active items, they get rid of the abilities completely. Actually, I wouldn't mind getting rid of the abilities completely and making it some of the items have an active that they lose their effects if you activate them while they're on cooldown or something. I don't know. But we got too much going on.
Excuse me. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Although I do agree with Timmy, where it's he says, "I think Hi-Rez listens to the community and tries to fix what needs to be fixed, but no one knows exactly how to fix some issues, and so right now they're just doing it kind of a trial and error. Because, as you know, everybody has their own opinion. Everybody wants to do something different, and if you look at the fucking poll, it's like almost pretty evenly split. I mean, everything's got some votes in it, so you know, there's no way of telling what way is exactly what the way you should go." And as Sayo said, like, for instance, they stopped warding because it's too damn expensive versus getting to put that money into items or abilities.
You know, this goes back, looking at what he says goes back to our mentality that we take in this gaming scene with Hi-Rez right now. In their mindset, they know it, and we should know it, that it's still beta. Yeah, we've got tournaments going on, ESL going on, Woggle, you've got other teams hosting their own tournaments, pro teams trying to play. A lot of people have gotten themselves to the mindset that we no longer should be. A lot of people don't think it's beta anymore.
Yeah.
And so the idea of testing stuff out freaks people out because they want to scream like, "Oh, it's not beta anymore. It's just basically release."
Yeah.
And we're still in a complete testing stage.
Yeah. I mean, the game's been out since early June, like the 1st of June.
Yes.
So that's what.
I
6
think
months.
It more just doesn't feel like it's a beta. And that's why everyone's saying it's not a beta.
Yeah. I mean, it's because
they
they're
want smooth. What do people want? Major bugs so we can say it's beta. Like if you drop through the ground and it needs to spray beta on the screen so that you know.
That would be good. That would be good.
Hey, when Fortuno got his 50k pour way back when, that was a sign that it was beta. It's like, hold on, I'm just gonna harass this guy. He tosses out his boar and then one-shots him with it.
Nice.
Yeah. And apparently Revel is molesting his microphone, which he is best at. He is best at molesting microphones.
I think maybe if they put like a watermark that says beta in the corner of the screen while you're playing, maybe people will actually. No, I feel like it's a mental thing though.
Yeah.
If they see the word
Seriously?
beta as the watermark in the game, I think they would actually seriously maybe take a step back.
That might actually work.
I mean, they might say, I mean, they could just put it on the main screen. Wouldn't that be better than having that little logo there the whole time?
Yeah, I mean,
They'll
they
say
could just
it
have it
is.
in the intro and when you're choosing your god.
Yeah.
It's like Smite Beta.
Oh, I know. You could pick a god. There could be this pop-up thing that says, "Dude, you're in a beta. Chill the F out." That would be awesome.
Every time you take a step,
And you
it
could
just spells
only
beta.
click OK. There would be no X, no cancel, just OK.
Every time you go to post on the forums, you have to sign an agreement. You have to click accept on agreement that this is a beta and that you remember that.
Yeah.
Every time you're in the game and you're taking a step, a loud noise pops out saying it's a beta.
Sayo puts out a good point, which is Hand of the God is the same region as Green Buff in lane. It's insane.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Nice.
because every time you hit something, you get 10, which is more or less at least around the 5-second.
And same with Yellow
See,
Buff. In,
So,
as
if
a
you have
caster.
Hand of the Gods, you don't even have to. You don't have to know. You don't have to look at the time yourself. You just watch your stupid ability.
Well, since the passives are always on, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. When the passive, for Hand of the Gods, the passive being on all the time is so ridiculous.
For melee characters.
Well, for anyone.
Mostly.
It works
yeah.
for range, too.
Yeah, melee. I just feel like melee gets a greater use out of it, but it does work for both. I don't know. Well, wasn't there an old passive that restored health
I don't think so.
originally? Maybe I'm just imagining things.
There were no old passives.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
works.
Or
the
talk
passive
about
abilities.
there were.
like 10%. Those passives?
the passive abilities that used to
I
exist.
don't remember if that one does have any health pluses in them. I want to say no.
Starmies, do you remember?
No, I played right after it came out of alpha, so
Hmm.
only Alakay was here. God.
Yep. Alakay.
Yeah, I know, right?
Where is that bastard? So, we want your people to call in and tell us what you think of this patch and these buffs and these passives and all this stuff. What do they need to do to fix it? Call us up on Perfect Rain. It says it right there. Or right there. See? Right there. Unless you're mildly derp, you can do it.
I don't like. What do you think of the price change? Why did they go from 700 back down to 600 and buff them?
Because
Yeah.
then you can buy pots as well.
But with the abilities, you don't need pots.
Right,
Yeah,
but that's why they
exactly.
did it. I mean, that's the only thing I can imagine, because if you bought boots and an ability, that was everything. There were no pots.
All right, we
Now
have...
you can get both.
The cost of it was nice. The 700 I thought worked pretty nicely.
Actually, I like what Drado said. He said he doesn't dislike the passives, but it should be you buy the passive for 700 gold, and then if you want or not the passive, the ability for 700,
Like
and
an
then if you want the
upgrade.
passive on it, you buy 200 gold more.
So
And then-
abilities have like
Yeah.
a tiered upgrade, like items.
I think that would work.
Possibly. Anybody argue?
Could be a
Scythe
little
fan?
bit better.
Or Scythe? Would you have an argument? We have Scythe with us on the phone.
Hold that thought.
Nice.
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought. And repeat it because I was trying to fix my light.
Ah, okay. Is that what you were doing?
Yes.
Nice. Let me add your little picture in here.
What the?
Where's this poll everyone's talking about?
I
see
will
it.
find it in just a second. Do?
It's on the forums.
Oh, look how big he is. Oh my god. It's so large. Alright, so, like I said, we have Scythe on here. What do you think? The question was... What was the question? I forgot it already because I was busy. It was...
Tiered ability purchases.
Yes, tiered ability purchases. Would you go for that? Basically, you buy the ability for like 700, and then if you would like to upgrade it later, you could pay 700 or 200 or some other thing to get a passive on it or to get something else for it later.
That
Would that
actually
be
makes a
helpful?
lot of sense to me. I could get down with that idea as long as it's balanced properly. The problem now is you're buying it at level 1 and it just gives way too much strength for the first 5 levels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, especially the ones that give you passive regen of health or mana, or because the things that mages are limited by early game are their mana pools and regen, which, unless you get something, are excessively low.
And
you
if
have
you
that,
look-
and it's so strong.
it matches their items as well. Like nothing else gets the only thing that gets you a passive early game is the abilities right now. Unless you buy one of the items that are really cheap that you can get third tier on right away, but usually those don't have passives with them.
All right, guys, I have an entire thing of apple cider and Southern Comfort, and I need to see overpowered more. Just saying, this thing is gigantic.
At this rate, I'm gonna have to get up and go get a fourth beer here in a moment.
There you go, Sturmies. Joust me, bro.
Joust me, bro.
Oh, sorry.
Talking to Scythe.
I do apologize for all the people that are seeing me sneeze and sniffle because for some reason today my sinuses have just been out of this world. I have been sneezing and sniffling all day. And I'm just going to... and then when you get those kind of sneezes where you're like... and then it just stops and you want to beat something because it makes you so insanely mad. Because you're like, I just want to sneeze to make it go
right?
better.
You know, Sai brings up the cooldown change, that everything has the same cooldown. Do you think the abilities should all share the same cooldown or be
What do you mean they
balanced out
share
by
the same
cooldowns as
cooldown?
well? No, sorry, not like a global cooldown between them, but more like they all have the same cooldown time, 90 seconds.
I think that's silly.
All
No,
right.
I think some abilities are just so naturally strong that they need to have longer cooldowns. Just like they
Yeah,
changed
absolutely.
it with hand.
Here's one thing you have to keep in mind with high res for starters. The very first thing you have to keep in mind: high res is a privately owned company. It is owned
Really?
by Erez. He is the man that calls all the shots. If he says, "I want abilities to be able to one shot every god in the game for 1 gold," then they have to do it. So there is one small thing you have to keep in mind is that he is the shot caller of the entire thing. So of all the people that you should yell at, it would probably be him. Of
Yell at.
what
So
I
we
want
can yell at
done.
him, but here I'm glad you brought this up, Demon. So we yell at him, but that's not really useful. What's useful is for us to impart to him that he should follow up everyone's advice
Good God,
and
that's a lot
then
of
do
advice.
stuff versus trying it out first. In fact, we could even go one step further and say that we can have a team of people, maybe from BL Gaming, that could like test these patches before they go through to be like,
Or
dude,
you don't.
this
We
not
don't
such
even
a
have
good
to
idea."
test them. All we have to do is be in. Like they did well with this patch, where they informed us, like a week in advance, where they're like, "This is what we want to do." Granted, it doesn't seem like they listened before they released it. Like everybody was complaining, and then they still released it. But they gave us a little time to, I guess, ponder it, and then maybe it's kind of like movie theater theatrical releases where you can get all that hype up and you think, oh my God, this is going to be horrible, and it comes out and you're like, oh, it's not that bad. And so then it's it's a psychological thing more than it is an
That
actual
happens
balance
more
thing.
often than not.
Really? I don't. Well, isn't it more happens that this is going to be awesome and it turns out terrible?
I think both ways happens, I guess. I mean, like, what god was it that we got a couple of... We got several patches
Loki?
ago. We got but who was
Thor?
before Loki?
Thor?
I remember Thor. I remember somebody complaining about Thor incessantly
Yeah.
and yelling
Yeah,
at the
that
high-res
one.
employees.
Someone
And then he
was on our
came out,
show.
and then he had to eat his words.
Exactly.
I
Like,
remember
that
the show, and he was like raging up a storm, and he's like, high res this, high res that. Thor's so ridiculously strong. Thor
and
not
then
not so much.
He came out. He came out underpowered, or at
Dude,
least-
he came out. He came out.
He came out.
No?
You know.
Well,
What do
give
you
him
think?
my
What
best.
do you think that rock
Jeez.
show? What do you think that outfit was for? That skin's the coming out skin for him.
Oh, I see.
Ooh. Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
That's why it's all
So-
white and
so
sparkly?
He's into the leather?
You heard it here
I think
first,
he meant the
guys.
other skin. He's into the
Jeez.
leather stuff.
Oh,
Cool.
I
And
see.
and tell him congratulations. He's no longer living in the shadows.
Yeah, really. I mean, yay!
Yay!
We're all hoping for everybody to just be themselves. That's exactly
Yeah,
what we
green
want.
buff is rather weak-ish.
Ish.
Ish. I say ish because
green buff used to be huge, though.
Hmm.
It was very powerful originally. Before
Yeah,
they
it was.
nerfed it.
well,
It
they
was to the
nerfed it,
point
and
that-
took out a lot, but it was too strong initially because you could just like run at them and go "La!" at the beginning game, and they could be like, we can't do anything to you."
But between green buff and blue buff definitely more advantageous. Well, except for the fact that there's meditate now. But
Yeah,
still.
unless you have meditation, then you're like, I never run out of mana.
Never! Oop. I mean, he go like
Sturmis is like, I'm too cool for school. Yay.
that.
What? Go to school.
Yeah.
Who likes school? I don't like
I
school.
like school.
Actually, I mind. I like it.
I like school. Hell yeah. I had a great time in school. All my schooling. All the ladies love me.
Yes.
I go to an all guys school, so.
Well, all the guys love you. I mean, there you go.
Okay, you need to calm yourself.
Nice. So, Scytheman, did you have any particular topic you wanted to discuss?
Oh, while we were on the topic of abilities, I wanted to formally complain that they nerfed the girdle again and didn't put it in the patch notes.
Oh, really?
What did
Yeah,
they do?
they about half the radius of the active, and they reduced the passive numbers on it. And everybody knows I'm a big fan of girdles, so I really just wanted to just get on here and bitch about it.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
That's
I
a viable excuse.
am not going to load up the game right now and check because it would annihilate this really terrible connection I have. But
It would.
I think some of our guys should hop on and verify this. I mean, not that
Well,
I
I
doubt,
mean-
but
I'm sure he was correct about that if he's a big fan of Girdle.
it's really interesting. I wonder why they would.
How many of you all see girdle being used in the right now? What I guess what we can call the current esports scene.
Definitely, I see it a lot, actually. Well, at least I see maybe one or two every game.
Do you think it's
Yeah,
one of
that's-
those unused abilities that people in the lower area just don't realize, like how to use it or how it's advantageous to them, or when to use it?
I think
Probably.
it's always going to have a place. At least, like, if you have a support, or even, like, I like it on my carries. If you have one person who's willing to pick it up and use it properly, it will always be strong getting, what is it now, a 25 AD buff and a 40 magic buff in an AoE. The problem is, like, when they nerf it like that, especially when I don't say it, they make it much harder to use. Because now the AoE, before you could probably get the entire team fight in the AoE from it. Now, if you're the initiator, you have to pop it before you go in. It pretty much shows your hand for that split second.
Yeah.
If you're using it on a mage and you have to sit in the back, you limit the amount of targets you can hit. If you're using it on anybody else, you have to really pick your spots with it. Like before, it may have been too easy to use. I'm not sure. I'm a biased opinion.
Yeah.
But now I think it's definitely much harder to use, and I don't like it when there's so many other stronger choices right now.
So
Yeah,
would you
I
buff
just-
its radius again, or its stats, or put it back to where it was, or? What
I
would
mean,
you-
at the very least, give it a little more in the radius. I mean, the stats are one thing. Like, maybe there were too many passive stats on it, but the radius is what it really needs to be able to
be
to
useful.
not, yeah, to not be like, okay, I bought it, but now only one other person is getting this buff every fight. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless
Yeah,
we all
it's-
group up and then break like a team
Yeah,
meeting.
seriously.
Let's all get together, hold hands, and then go like, go
All
team.
get together and then let Thor ult us. No
Yes.
problem.
Exactly. But Thor is not. He's not competitive material because remember he's underpowered now or
He can
overpowered.
teleport. He can
Dude,
teleport
his
now.
teleport is
Yeah,
awesome.
his teleport
Yeah.
now. What do people
He
think?
gets double escape now.
What do people like about Thor since that was changed drastically with that little?
That
jump.
wasn't changed drastically. It was changed moderately.
He can
I mean,
he can
He
get
has
away
double
twice.
escapes. He can deal damage and escape on the one too. I guess they all can on the jumps though, but still.
Yeah. Well, he escapes or moves forward at the expense of quite a bit of damage. He doesn't get the pullback.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're not expecting them to be in it in the first place, like if they're running away, then you're going to hit them once, and then they're going to be out of range of it before it comes back, or you get it right at the tail end, or then you teleport
Yeah.
to it, and then you do your spin, and you get more damage because you're spinning in their face.
It's a very good chase ability.
It is.
That was very good.
That makes me actually think that'd be kind of cool actually now if you could have his ability and you can only teleport to it if you hit an enemy the first time through.
That
Not
would
saying
be-
to Thor, but I'm thinking
That
of-
would be
I'm thinking of
interesting.
I'm thinking of future skills actually now for different characters, but where you can teleport to an enemy, but you have to damage them first.
That the problem with that would be it would be so difficult to tell people that that's how it works. You would have to like sit them down and explain that of how it
Well,
works.
teleport upon impact.
Oh the
yes.
god! I mean, I guess
No,
that's a.
teleport upon impact. That's gonna work out really well.
I hit you now. I'm in your face. Oh god, this isn't good.
You're gonna be
Oh shit! I teleported.
you're gonna have this whole ability that's completely useless in team fights because the other team's just like use it.
Well,
Do
I
it.
guess teleport. I don't know what the hell.
You can use it after you teleport. Anyway, so here's the question: has anybody used the Thor's new ability to use it like was quoted with, or like when we were talking about it right after it was released, where Thor could ult down into Fire Giant, steal it, then use his one to get out of the Fire Giant ring and be gone before anybody knew what was the wiser.
I've actually done it just to troll because it's I think it's the only leap ability that can go through the pure back of the Fire Giant wall. So I've literally just jumped in there while there were teams in there or to escape, and people are like, how the hell did that?
What just happened?
Who?
Yeah, it'd be like,
Yeah, seriously.
what?
I feel as though I need to go take a shower. Exactly.
Ooh, demon.
Uh,
I didn't
There's
really
been a
get
couple-
that much to drink already.
I
There's
have
been a
had
couple
great-
times where I've been chasing a Thor and then I just stand in the jungle and go, where the heck did he go? Right now, because like you don't see his blink like you see the jumps of the other characters.
This is true. He just suddenly, he's just gone.
He's just gone.
So maybe they should make
Yeah.
sure his disappearing act should be just as explosive as his reappearing act. So that way you can tell what the hell just happened and it didn't bug out.
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
it's
like-
lag.
You should have an after image.
I mean, I've never been in the point where Thor teleported something in there, and I'm like, gee, I wonder what happened there. Was that a bug where he just kind of ported it over there after using an ability?
I wonder how many people thought it was a bug when it first came out. Like they didn't know about it and they're just like, holy shit, Thor's teleporting. What is this? I'm lagging like a bitch.
I was in a game where someone was yelling at our Thor for hacking, because he was using that ability.
Could he originally auto attack when he was using that one ability? You know,
I
like if
think
a
so.
mana throws his disc and he can still auto attack after that.
I do
Yeah,
believe
I think
so.
he could.
So
He's
now he
still
can't. So now he loses his auto attack when he throws his hammer now.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
it's
some other
only
people were
one
complaining
auto
about.
attack you could get off. Well, unless you had like crazy
sure,
attack
I
speed.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but in high level
Sturmies,
play.
I love your hoodie, by the way. Bright yellow. Great job.
It's my school hoodie.
Does anybody
Nice.
know if he can actually use an ability though?
In between his first ability being used?
Like while it's
Yeah,
going
like,
out.
if he uses the hammer, can he activate a second ability
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
without it blinking him?
Yes.
There you go. There's your answer.
You can even throw it, use the ability, cancel it halfway through, and then teleport to the hammer if you wanted to.
Nice.
But that's kind of pointless because you're just wasting mana.
Yeah.
Unless, of course,
Well,
you have
unless it was a
meditation.
wall.
It's a feint.
It's like you could do it, but you probably don't want to.
I'm not going to teleport. Oh, I teleported.
Finger slipped. Oh shit, I'm dead.
But Thor right now, he's too squishy to do anything in team fights.
He
and
really
be
is.
useful to a team, really.
Didn't he come out
He's so
originally
squishy.
to be a tank? Or be tankier?
He
No.
has no tank abilities except for the little wall.
His original thing was the fact that he gave everybody around him an AoE buff with his damage. Or he got more damage because of
Yeah.
everybody else being around him.
Yeah.
He should
More
call
of-
shockwaves. That's what he should do. That's
See,
what-
I took a
he
drink
needs
there
rework
just because
package.
I felt the word overpowered might be coming into play here. So
He was
chat,
supposed to be overpowered.
yeah, he was so supposed to be overpowered.
Oh god. Right. Overpowered.
I'm
We
looking
all
at
watched
you.
the video.
I
and we
know
all
you
thought
probably
overpowered,
might
and then
watch
he came
this,
out.
maybe.
We all just sat here like, huh?
Nuke.
What happened?
Or
Where's the overpowered?
Sooner.
Well, originally we
Sure.
didn't know how far he could leap with his ultimate. And so we were wondering if he could leap from like spawn to spawn or, follow his hammer spawn to spawn. But now that you got in it and you realize he can go about twice the distance of a jump, then it's not really that useful.
It's probably
Wait,
two
wait.
and a half.
What
times.
about
Give
him
some
going
credit.
spawn to spawn with his hammer? Did I miss this?
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I guess at the teleport, the most he's gotten, I haven't seen anybody wisely use it for chasing purposes yet.
Yeah.
That I've seen. I've seen mostly just escapes for it. Escape Odin's ultimates, escape whoever else they want to. So. Who
Cool.
knows?
Well, then I guess we've exhausted Odin. What else should we discuss? Who
Odor.
wants to talk about the new game mode, next game mode, that they have come out with which is the, as I choke on my spit, Domination!
Fourth game mode.
Domination, a.k.a. Dominion, a.k.a. Capture the Point, a.k.a. Tribe or Team Fortress 2, also known as every other game in the world. So, I mean, looking at the map, it's, for starters, really confusing. It's got a lot of, paths.
Yeah.
And there's
It
no
is
way
really
to cut the
confusing.
corners or anything. It seems like it's even too wide to jump between the paths. And of course we have this Sand Guardian who is sitting next to me right here. Nice Sand Guardian, yes. Do your thing. And I guess he's a tower, basically. I wish they would put him as a Phoenix, maybe, for if they would do another map for Conquest mode that is like the Egyptian map. Hopefully he will be the Phoenix, because I would love to see Sand Guardian throw shit at your face.
Yeah.
So
It
this
would be
new
good
game
if he
mode
could
is the
slow you
domination
too.
one,
Not only
right?
does he hit you, but he slows you.
Yeah, it's a domination.
I didn't get to see all the rules on it, but I really wish if they're adding the domination, I want the Bloodline Champions domination maps.
Explain.
The one where you take the points, and if you capture all the points, and an enemy team doesn't respawn.
Interesting.
Because I mean, the Bloodline Champions domination map was really fun. Like you're gaining points, but you can also end the game by the entire enemy team not being able to respawn, which you captured. If that's you can only do that if you had all control of all 3 points. And when you captured a point, a little buff popped up that you could pick up and stuff.
I wasn't able. See, here's the problem with what happens when they do this stuff. Like, they did a press event, and they invited us to go to this press event. And for starters, I didn't know it was like a you have to RSVP ASAP to get into it, because he was like, we want to get some of your guys
Even
into
though we
this press event. And I was like, okay, how many should I get? And he never really specified, so I was like, well, I'll just get a whole team's worth because that sounds reasonable. And so I was confirming the next day, like, who could be there and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're full. And I'm like, son of a bitch. And also, it's at 3 in the afternoon. It's like, damn it, I'm at work. I'll never be able to participate in a press event if it's 3 in the afternoon. I'm at my regular job. And, of course, because I was at my regular job and because they were doing some kind of live streaming event, I had to do an alignment on a car, which puts me the other side of the damn shop. So I couldn't even, like, work like this where I can see my screen and work at the same time. So I didn't get to see a whole lot of it. I just got I was talking with the gentleman as it was going on, and there goes Revel. Oh, there comes Revel. And so I got to, like, see it here and there. But it looked kind of fun. And also, the general consensus I got out of it was that all of the people that were from the press are terrible. They're terrible. So do not try and recruit any of these press people on your team unless you want to.
The general question, I guess, comes from a split community of people who want more game modes, so they have more options, and those who want it solely focused on esports in that one map.
Well, take a look at how Hi-Rez is building this game. If they're going to have a bunch of game modes, where can they go with this game? It's all PvP. The whole game. There is no PvE in this entire game. Except maybe practice mode, which doesn't count. But
I have a horde mode.
So, well, maybe horde mode if and when it comes out. But, generally speaking, this is a player versus player game. And player versus player games go into esports because that's just what they do these days. Back in the day, that wasn't the case. But today's time, anybody who plays a PvP wants to be famous. They want to make money. They want to do all that famous stuff like people in League of Legends are doing. So if you have a PvP game, make it an esport. Just cut the crap, make it an esport, be done with it. If you don't want that to happen, make a very nice PvE section that people can just slowly putz around and kill shit and have fun. But generally speaking...
I disagree with that.
Well, I don't care! How's that sound?
I disagree with putting in any PvE, but what I'm wondering is if they're adding in these new game modes in order to differentiate and draw the crowd that is maybe can't stand the one game mode that League of Legends or Dota 2 has, and they want to have those more options. Especially, I mean, where does this play the most in is the MMORPG players or even shooter players and stuff who might have come over and tried the game. They're not used to just one single game mode the entire time. They want that ability to jump into different game modes and play different styles, and this very much speaks to them.
It does. It does. I mean, one of the things, you got the arena, which should appeal to the like WoW arena people. That's kind of what I hope they're getting after. You know, the joust mode, which is just practice,
or just any basic deathmatch game, essentially, too.
Deathmatch too. You got of course 5v5, which appeals to League, Dota, any other MMO fan or MOBA fans, and then you have the domination, which should hopefully appeal to the Team Fortress 2 fans. That'll be like, hey, this is something that's not Team Fortress. Let's give it a shot.
Or they'll appeal to all of them.
Or the problem
it's
is
essentially the same game with slightly different rules. It's not like you get different rules in this. It's not like people get stronger or people get faster or whatever.
Yeah.
These are all the same gods. And I look at these new game modes and I look at their maps. I look at how much detail they're in, and I'm like, thank God. I hope they're not short-sighted enough to leave their conquest map as it is when you have these other game modes that look that good.
This is true.
I mean, look at the new one, and then look at our conquest map, and you're like,
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously the first map that they built.
It's like, I want these art guys.
I want these art guys who have another year of experience under their belt.
Yeah. I want these guys. They rock. Make me that. I mean, so hopefully they're going to give our conquest map a whole overdue. I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Just because it would just be unreasonable.
But then if they did that...
Yes, Timmy is one of our awesome guys. The conquest map is getting a Norse reskin. So that'll be really neat.
So I guess the reason League of Legends and Dota and stuff don't have so many modes is the idea of the balance between characters from one mode to the next, and the balance of items from one mode to the next.
Yeah.
Like even in League of Legends, when they added their new map, their domination, map, they removed certain items and or made other items available and stuff. I haven't noticed that issue with Arena. Arena seems to work just fine as is. Of course, it's just a basic death match, so I guess that's why.
Yeah,
But
it's basically one constant team battle.
is it going to be an issue with some items being too overpowered with this new domination mode? Is speed going to be the name of the game now, even more so?
Everybody's going to get
Well,
sprint right off the bat. Of course.
If you guys would recall one of our episodes, several episodes back, when I think we had Duke on, or maybe it was Bart, and we were saying something about an item that had speed on it, and he's like, speed is actually a really good stat, and we were like, nah, speed is crap. And then we get all these new game modes, and speed's like, oh. So, and then people throw those builds into normal mode, and you can like clear halfway across the thing by the time your right lane like walks up it. So,
Kind of on that
speed is really strong in this game.
kind of on that speed thing, my wife played her first game of Smite the other day.
Nice.
After my youngest son decided that he was not going to play Smite anymore, that particular game, because he was bored now and he was too busy watching a regular show. So she jumped in on it and she was like, "You know what I like about this versus League of Legends was the fact that I can get across the map in under 20 minutes."
Yeah.
And she's like,
Well,
"It doesn't take me forever to get back into the action." And I was like,
I definitely agree that
Very
speed
true.
is a very big indicator. I like speed. I mean, it's the reason why Raw's one of my favorite characters. Being able to
Stay away from crystal meth.
use this use speed, and then I also like to get the. Not many people get the celerity boots. Is celerity the speed one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the celerity boots. Like I like getting them on Anubis. Anubis with the celerity boots in order to be able to run in and out of the lanes faster to get the ganks from behind on enemy team members. I mean, so that's. Speed is very nice and stuff. I think it gets underused.
Yeah, that is true. The super speed Kali, of course. Everybody who's playing Kali is like, no.
I played a game of the arena against like Lassis and I think
Yes,
Maddie
that
was there and Kennedy was on our team and we had Alakite and Lassis
He ran
was
through
like
the inside
raw.
of our arena. He almost made
And
it through
he
without
was
dying.
going so fast. Like half our team was dead and he ran through our base to get to the other side because he could do it fast enough not to take any damage.
He died. Don't worry.
Yeah. He
He
died.
ran
He
out,
died.
so
But
we,
he
we,
ran.
we chased him for a good 2 minutes while his team was all the way back at the base and stuff,
Yeah.
just circles, getting nothing.
Yeah, Sturmy. Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
was
pretty
so
much.
fast.
Yeah, pretty much, we were at a lead about maybe 30 points or so, and then we just started chasing the season. He just running around that maps. He never backed. It was so
Yeah.
bad.
He was so fast.
It was
Oh.
hilarious. So
So
Yeah, we were laughing and like carrying on. So was he. It was a lot of fun.
the other general thing that people have to keep in mind with this whole game and everything is that a lot of people are extremely new, and so does High Res needs to take this into account where they come with balancing, because people will come in there and complain about things that are overpowered and not overpowered after playing till level 6 or 8 or something like that, and they'll be like, "Oh god, this is terrible." And I would like to go ahead and throw this out there. The fact that my oldest son, who is 9, was playing on my Smurf account because he wanted to play with his younger brother, who is 5, and he's only level 3. And so he couldn't play on his level 16 with him, which is kind of an irritant. Anyway, so he's playing with him on my Smurf, and they were playing Conquest, and he was playing on her. He went 20-2. He's 9. He went 3 games with a kill-death ratio of like 20 and like 4 or 5 or 2 or something like that. He was just destroying people. He was carrying the whole game. Like one of the games, they had a person disconnect. It was 4 versus 5. He was on the Force team. He just raped them. He's 9. It was disgusting. I was just like, woo! I was like that the whole time. But it was sick. And so, yes, please don't complain about balance if you're that bad. That's generally what I'm trying to get across.
That's why I wonder, like, after patches, like, I don't know who their quality assurance team is, but do those of us
they
who
have
actually
a quality assurance team.
they have well, I've seen them post up on their little employment opportunities saying that if you live within the Atlanta, Georgia area and live near the thing that you want to come in and be a tester for games, they did that. They've put those up there before on their employment stuff because I like to check their employment once a week, seeing stuff. But
Oh yeah. I totally do that too.
but I know they've done it. I don't know if they still have a team in there, but I was wondering, like, those of us who like BL gaming or anybody else who does stuff that's majority in the scene and knows stuff, should we actually think about patch comes out, set a date and time a couple days after it or the day after or whatever, get the guy and play and record down what we think is actually the situation with it,
I mean,
and
it
then
wouldn't be a
submit
bad
that
idea.
to them?
Yeah, I mean, they do watch this show very religiously.
Well, yes.
I have been
Well, I'm
told.
not sure about religiously, but
I'm thinking
at
like an
least
outside-
one person in your office watches it.
Like, basically, we become our own quality assurance team that submits the reports to them.
I mean, it's the thing that Hi-Res needs to take into account of the fact that we are free. We are here. We would love to help you. Don't pay people. Just ask us to do it. We'll be happy to.
A test server for
Yes.
a week. A week
Yes.
test. a
All
week
you
ahead
have
test
to
server.
do is throw up
We
a
are
test server.
free and easy, coming from Demon Machine himself. So
I have-
just give
yeah.
him stuff. It's okay.
I've got no problem having a test server, play it for a week, get those who have access play it for that week ahead of time, and just
Exactly.
report.
Exactly. And that would be good.
Southern Comfort apple cider. Oh, delicious.
And then when the patch comes out, if we know that if it's a new guy, we
That's
play
it.
them right away, and we get to own everybody because we understand how it plays.
Exactly. But, I mean, if you get, like, these guys who stream a lot, too, like Sio or stuff like that, then you can get them to play it, and people can watch them, and they can also understand, and maybe learn how to deal with them in the meantime. So
Yeah.
it might help them.
Also, a note about test servers. If you're only going to open it to certain people, you're going to get a lot of trolling going on. There's going to be like one normal game, and they're like, oh, no one can see this. You're just going to, like, weird shit's going to happen, which I am all for because sometimes you get some really awesome builds by trolling. And Sturmy's is like, yeah, I'm trolling someone right now.
Pretty much.
It is true. They might have to set up like specific hours. Like originally with the original beta when it came out was like it was only going to be open
Oh,
for 2 hours
I
on this
hated
day
that.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh my
that didn't
testing.
work out very well.
That was terrible. I hated that.
It lasted like one day, and then they opened it up, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
we'll just keep it open now.
Yeah, I remember I scheduled like my week ready to get in as much game time as I could, and then played the first day, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, they're just gonna be on all the time." I'm like, "Well, fuck." Oh well, at least I can play it now.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome.
It was quite a bit of
I'm
fun.
covered
I remember
in
streaming
cookie
that first day it was live. We were like out here all day streaming. You and I switching off. That was fun.
Yeah.
We are oldies but goodies. Not
Heck
really.
yeah.
I'm terrible.
Yeah.
My
so
son is
what
better
did
than
you guys
me.
have for Thanksgiving?
Did you think about recruiting your son for BLG?
I have actually. Well, what I'm going to do is I would like to get
Yes,
like Starmies and
homework
some of
during
these
the day.
some of these older BLG guys who I'm just going to recruit you to just play with him and try. The thing is, with my oldest son, he is phenomenal where it comes to skill shots, to where it comes to like getting in and out, and doing all of the Twitch mechanics of the whole thing. The thing he's absolutely terrible at is knowing when to go in and when to get out. He's just like, he's low, let's go! And so he just jumps in and kills him and gets maybe another kill and then dies. And he's
It's
like,
opportunity.
what?
He thinks it's
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah, he sees
Yeah,
opportunity and
doesn't-
seizes it by the throat and then dies immediately afterwards. On a normal game. When he's playing against noobs, he stomps them ridiculously, which is just amazing. I was shocked.
He's 9. He doesn't have the double-digit ages yet.
Yeah, I was just shocked when he was destroying those noobs. I was like, I also had to make sure he's like, woo, dude, awesome. He's all dancing and getting all cocky. I was like, shut up and realize that you're playing against people who don't know what the game even does yet. He's like, oh, I'm like,
And a
yes,
joke.
exactly.
Just like
Yeah,
ruined
he
his
should
moment.
jump
for us.
serve.
Hey, I had to take him down a notch. He was getting too cocky. Can't have that.
Sturmies could be Artemis, and
Dude, I used to play Artemis all the time before I joined BLG.
I believe it. I do believe
yeah,
it.
you're
Oh,
awesome.
actually, there we go. There's another guy that changed.
Yep.
Oh yeah, her boar.
Her boar and her ultimate, she's immune now.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought
What do
that
you
was
guys think
really
about that?
interesting.
What do you think about the
keep
immunity
forgetting.
during her ultimate? I mean, her ultimate lasts for like 6 seconds, right?
I'm not a fan of it.
I think it's 8.
I keep forgetting. I think it's a good thing. What I
Drink,
haven't
guys.
tested yet because it hasn't mattered yet is if the board dies, does the immunity stop or does it persist? Do you know
It
this,
keeps going.
Sturmies? Because I'm not sure.
It keeps going as long as she used it. It'll stay on.
Okay. So even if the board dies.
I'm just
Yep.
not a fan. She
I'm a big
loses the
fan.
ability. Like, I don't know. It just loses that effect.
Persists.
I want a
Sorry.
controller. If I don't play Artemis, I just want to stop her.
You want a controller?
I want a Dominator.
I see.
Okay.
Well, I'm
Wow.
glad we had this talk, Kennedy.
I wouldn't mind that either, but hey, you know.
Hey, Sayo. Overpowered. Take a drink.
Mine's empty. What do I do?
Go fill it up with the water fountain.
Go grab
Yes.
another.
Yes, absolutely. So, Scytheman, would you like to tell us what team you're from then and stuff like that? Since you,
I am currently not on a team. I was formerly focused for the 3 weeks we're around, I guess. We do have, we did have a streamer, the Wig Beater. You can check him out when BLG's not around.
there you go.
Cover my ass. That's more or less it, though. I'm just trolling the competitive community.
That's cool. That's
Hey,
cool.
hey, the competitive community needs more trolls.
They
Yes,
do.
yes, it does.
They do.
They
I mean, if
really
I
do.
left everything up to Sturmies, we'd be,
We would be screwed.
yeah.
God, Starmies is terrible.
Well, one person can only troll so much.
Yes, exactly.
I
Yep.
look damn sexy tonight. I just thought I'd share that.
Oh yeah, we are just like we were doing
There's a
awesome
difference
here.
between trolling though and being an a-hole. Some people think the trolls are the a-holes, and I think there's good trolls and bad trolls.
Ah, so
Or good
loud.
trolls.
I try not to be an
good-
a-hole, but then again, many people have forced it out of me lately.
Well, why do I hear
Let's-
Skyrim?
No, you don't hear Skyrim, you noob.
It's Smite.
What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
That's what I get. Maybe I should drink more.
Oh right.
You should.
I think I heard someone say overpowered.
Oh,
overpowered?
Cold's not playing right now. I was gonna spectate one of my oldest son's games if he was playing, but he's not playing at the moment.
Thank you, Timmy. We were having discussions about Troll. You played some music, and I said it was Skyrim. Thank you, someone, for getting that.
No, he was being serious.
Oh,
Don't try
God.
to play it off as a troll now.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Rebel number one Troll.
That's what he says. That's what he says. So, what other topics would we like to discuss?
I want to discuss a new game mode. Because I
What
was
was
actually
that?
there. And
I heard
watched
a phone beep and it sounded like mine, but it's not mine because mine's
So-
not.
No,
here.
it's not. that.
Okay, so explain the mechanics of the new game mode then.
The mechanics of the new game mode is more similar to the domination in League of Legends, in that you go up to the different points to capture, and you either have to battle it down or straight up capture it, like just by chilling, and doing your thing. Like you run up to the center, no one owns it, you get it. Once someone owns a point, you have to not only kill the people there, presumably, but then you have to destroy the point. It's like a weak tower. And then you get some really awesome animations about stuff that pulls stuff and all that. And you go from there. You win by points, just like domination, and
You mean just like Arena?
pretty much that. It's
I-
gigantic.
I really
in comparison.
enjoyed. I'd say I really enjoyed though. I'm one of the few, I guess, that really enjoyed League of Legends domination mode. I really
Dominion.
I thought it was fun as all get out.
It is.
So if it's similar to that,
Yeah.
I'm all for it as a. I don't know how much more I'll play it or not. If I'll play it more than something else or what, but
I want to say something. I want to say
Raising
something.
his hand.
On a spectator note, for us few spectators, I want to bitch about the new spectator changes. God damn it, you took away our up and
It is
down.
annoying.
Jesus, why?
about that,
Why
actually.
was the reason? I'll give you the reason. The reason was because they said,
Bad
quote,
spectators.
that it could make people motion sick because you go up and down and left and right and over the side and around like a helicopter and you're all like, "Roar!" And so then that's when I said, that doesn't
So I'm gonna
matter.
have to
It's not the
I'm gonna
two.
have to interject here and say that I'm hearing something terribly hilarious because I'm on a bad connection. So I'm hearing like the metallic version of Demon and Justin talking, and then like a short like cut off metallic version. So it's like I'm playing like Portal or something, and I'm just destroying the hive thing at the end. And
Exactly.
it's just like talking back to and forth. It's hilarious. Hilarious. But sorry, continue whatever your rant. I can't.
Damn it! You
understand.
ruined it. It's like a train. It's now crashed into the all the women and children, and everybody's crying.
No,
and,
but you're right about this the spec mode. Like we got into it, and like I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna do something to where it's not so high up. You go into it, and first off, you're pointing at the ground to begin with, and it takes forever to figure out how to get into the air, and you figure out that you can't even get into the air until you select a god. Or click on an area on the map, and then it finally throws you in the air. But I don't. They're ants now.
Yep. It's so annoying because, okay, here's my way of describing it to high res. When I work on a car, it's not the tool that makes me retarded, it's the person using it.
Yes.
If the person using it is retarded and makes you motion sick, watch somebody else.
And I sent that in to Bart. Like he said, if you have any feedback, send it to him. So I sent it to him on Skype or whatever. And I mean, I simply put in there, it's like, all it does is differentiate who's the better streamer, who's the better spectator person. I mean,
that's what it is.
People won't watch the crappy ones who decide to make a motion sickness, and the ones who can stay in close and give them a good angle is so much better. Like the up and down allowed you to go. If it was only 2 people fighting, you could zoom in more. If it was a larger group you wanted to observe, you zoomed out some.
Right, and you wanted to be able to, when those 2 people turned into a team fight, to just gradually zoom out and may like, oh, look at all these other motherfuckers joining in. And you're like, yay, I could zoom out and see all of this. But before that, or now, it's just like, oh, they're fighting in there are actually other people fighting in the rest of the map, but I can't see them. Because it's like either look at them or look over here or look at them. Then you just gotta be like,
you're either looking at the whole arena as ants,
right?
Or you're in that third person view, which I don't even think you have full control over as it should. I feel like you can't move around as easily as you should be able to in that view.
Right.
Like,
You're
it's restricted.
You're stuck to what they see, how they see.
Yeah,
right.
It needs to have a 360 rotation possibility, so you can see behind them if they're running away.
On
and
the
stuff.
bright side, I think that them changing like how spec mode and stuff works is good, because it's not like if you look at something and someone's doing something bad, you'll get like motion sickness because their camera goes back and forth a lot, or they're kind of OCD about one little thing. It's nothing like that. And they know that they're trying to work out new options and all that other stuff. Yeah.
That's the only thing you can take away from this that is good, is the fact that they're trying new things. But
it's still alpha.
But
it's definitely
when you go to trying new things, you could be like, well, crack is a good thing. I should give that a try. No.
Uh-oh, so Sturmy just took off his headphones. I think someone's gonna
screw this crack. Now. So what we want to do is we want to ask Timmy, who joined us and who is our amazing dude who gave us this little thing here. Timmy, how are you doing tonight, and what would you have to ask or comment about?
Oh, I'm doing good. Is my mic working all right? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I can hear you.
You kind of sound like you might be in a trash can deep in a well, but that is okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
I don't know. As far as the whole spectator change and stuff, I think it's good that spectators out, and I'm glad they, released it and they've got it working to where it's reasonably usable. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to have a lot of people disagree with this. I think they shouldn't focus as much on things for the esports right now. I think that since it is in beta, like Justin Kennedy was saying earlier, then it's in beta. They need to go ahead and whatever they're shooting for the whole game, go ahead and finish it. And then when it's released, and then you can start working on trying to promote the esports aspect of it, like spectator mode and stuff like that.
Brilliant!
I just think that, that's what I think. I know there's going to be a lot of people that disagree, but I don't know. They're kind of rushing things. And that kind of, when you're forced to rush, you don't get the quality that you're looking for,
Well, here's the question:
Pick
who's rushing
three.
the esports scene? Is it high res right now, or is it the community? Because from what I'm seeing, the community is rushing the esports scene more than high res is. They're out there developing stuff, trying to work on it. They're retweeting everything. Sure, they're showing support for it, but if they don't show support for it, it's kind of like they're a-holes. But like ESL's pushing it forward, Woggle's pushing it forward. The pro teams are trying to create themselves as a pro team already. And I mean, when the meta game changes so drastically, so fast right now because they're testing out stuff, there's complaints going on because the community themselves are wanting an esport because we're wanting to push that. And I'll be the first to say that I do want to push the esports scene, but I want people to realize at the same time that it's not going to be amazing right now because it's in beta.
Overpowered.
Yeah. I have to agree because I honestly I think that the big thing with the way League of Legends when it came out and exploded, and then esports started getting really really big. I mean, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, I think League of Legends started making esports really popular because of the amount of money that the tournaments was giving away for prizes and the attention that the players were starting to get. And then they thought every other MOBA that comes out is kind of pigeonholed into being straight into esports. Make sure you've got spectator modes. Because don't get me wrong, I mean, I love MOBAs. The genre is so fun to watch. I mean, I've sat down in my living room and put it on the big screen with a couple of guys and watched it like Super Bowl. And that's awesome. I'm glad that we finally have a genre that we can do that with. But I don't think that every MOBA should automatically focus on going that Chucky Dog freaks me out. But I don't think every MOBA should focus on going straight into the esports thing, especially in beta. But I agree with Justin. The community is also, I mean, it's not just high-res. Everybody's kind of trying to make it into this esports League of Legends type of thing. And it's a MOBA, but it's not League of Legends. And it's going to be very esports, but they just need to finish the game first.
Well,
that's just what I think about it.
Here's the problem. Here's the issue right now. And it's not really Hi-Rez's fault in this situation. League of Legends comes out, and Spectator Mode comes out months afterwards. What made League of Legends popular first, and where did these proteins develop from? They started streaming when they were in the beta, and they were just streaming. There was no esports side to it yet. They were just loving the game and streaming it and stuff. With League of Legends' popularity, followed up with the people starting to remember about Dota because of that, and Valve pushing Dota 2 being created, it's created this competitive scene for even the developers. If they're going to create a MOBA, they have no choice but to come out with the features that already exist in other MOBAs by launch. And you see the same issue in MMOs. I follow MMOs and I do work with that. When a game comes out, people play it and they go, oh, well, it doesn't have this, which WoW has. Sure, it took WoW 6 years to get the features, but if you don't have it in the new MMO, people say, screw that, and they go back to WoW. So if they don't launch with everything, if they don't launch with everything that League of Legends or Dota 2 has as well at launch, then they are viewed as an inferior game by the community, regardless of the reality of the time frame of the previous games.
It's the true for anything that is a commercial product. Look at the Apple iPad and like the Samsung, Galaxy Note, or anything that is Windows and Apple products and all these different things. They're like, holy crap, they have this feature. We have to have this, and then we have to have something more, and then we have to have that same product. It's awesome and it's bad. It's all at the same time. It's the free market
hard for
at
new
work.
Stuff to get into the market.
It is the free market at work because everything has to be a step better than the last thing. Like, oh, our show is awesome because they got a green screen. Then the next show comes out and they have a green screen and they have people that know what they're talking about. And we're like, oh, damn it, we're screwed. It's shit like that.
Wait, what? Wait, we have people who know what we're talking about? Dude, we got Sturmies.
Yes, we have Sturmies. Kennedy, you're just thrown under the bus.
We have Sturmies. Dude, I know how to launch the game. Kennedy knows how to like
Click
God.
I know how to select.
Demon can like poke stuff
with our
spear.
Combined knowledge. We shall.
Between the three of us, we equal like half a Sturmies. I think we're doing all right.
Dude, there's a spider though. What do I do?
I don't know because I didn't even know what you just said. I
There's
have
a spider on my wall.
There's this. Kill it. Point the camera at it and kill
Have you seen that commercial where the guy has like all the hot girls around him, and there's a big huge spider on the wall, and he goes, "I'll get it," and he has a big huge bump on his hand afterwards.
Oh, nice. So, where it comes to spiders, Sturmies, do you like Black Widows?
Black Widows.
Where's this going?
I have
Oh snap!
Where is this going?
a Black Widow keyboard.
Yeah.
No, this isn't
do
going
I.
anywhere interesting like that.
Hey.
This is going somewhere that's like basically that don't go into automotive if you don't like Black Widows, because I have gotten on many more than one occasion a car that has come out of somebody's yard, and I have worked on it, and I have had to kill more than at least 10 Black Widows have I killed in my current automotive career, which has been like 6 years.
10.
And I really don't like it when I'm like, yeah, I'm going to just drain out the oil and do all this other stuff, and so I get under there, and I start draining the oil, and I get the plug, and I pull it out, and then I look over to my left, and holy shit, there's a big-ass Black Widow about that big, just sitting about this far away from my head. And that's when you run away and scream like a girl.
See, my dad, he's never had that problem.
You must live in the city.
I live in Canada.
That's why. Canada doesn't have Black Widows. They don't have
Too
full...
cold for that.
They say, well, free health care, screw that stuff. We're not going to buy people here. They'll just get treated. We're going down to America. We're going down to America where people got to pay.
Yes,
right?
We're going on a tangent about Canada, so we must stop now. Very Sturmies.
Yes, thank you, Sturmies.
And so we wanted to talk about our awesome new thing, right, Demon?
Oh, yes, we did. I have had plenty to drink thus far. So, yes, we do want to talk about the BL Gaming's mentoring.
Let's talk about that.
Mentoring system. Yay, mentoring! We're going to have people like Sturmies. And, Sturmies, would you like to do a little head nod or something to acknowledge your presence?
I'm not here right now.
Okay, good. So, like Sturmies, Alakite, Voidness, all these guys who used to be awesome, but now they just are, don't have enough time to be on teams. And then we'll also get the people who are actually on teams to play with you newbies or you people who don't think you're good enough to help you improve. And so we hope to generally raise the skill level of the entire community by a little bit, at least. And, of course, it'll be all free. Nobody's charged for anything. And,
We're not charging $25 an hour?
Exactly. We are not charging $25 an hour. We're going to be charging...
I thought we were charging $50 an hour.
Yes, we are. In
I thought it
fact,
was all going into my bank account.
we are going to go a step further. We're going to say that not only are we not charging you, we're going to give you some shit for participating in it. Like, for instance, if you,
Tips?
we're going to come up with some sort of method...
Pizzas?
Tips are always nice.
We're going to come up with some sort of methodology for determining, improvement or some crap like that. And we might do something like, if you show that you've improved the most, and you're also a good person, that is also on the scale of improvement, is that you don't rage and yell at people, then you might give you some gems, or, give you a code for a pack skin or some shit like that.
Yeah, and in case you're wondering how we determine if you're a good person is we give you a 46-point personality test.
Exactly.
If it comes back that you're actually a bad person, we publicly shame you. I'm just kidding about that.
I do agree with
you
that.
spend a day with me, and if you don't go insane by the end of the day, then you're a good person.
Yes, there you go. I don't know how that works.
No virtual storm.
So how do you get involved in this mentor program? Let's ask that question.
Oh, I don't know yet. We haven't quite worked out all the details yet.
Seriously? Yes, we have.
Yes, we have. Alakite's written up this huge,
How do I sign up?
50-page article about how we do this mentoring system, and I haven't read a damn thing of it because reading and me just
Let's
don't get
say
along.
Alakite plays a better Agni than me. I want to get better at Agni. What do I do?
You would just...
Ask.
You just
Besides
ask.
asking.
We're going to be running it off the BL Gaming IRC, which is, of course, on QuakeNet under the BL Gaming channel, so you just join
Is
in
there
there.
like a form or anything I fill out? Do I email anywhere?
No.
Or do I just show up and go?
Pretty much it's going to be...
Mentor me.
Saturday?
On what Allocate wrote, he wrote, application form is send out a filled out application to Allocate or Demon Machine on the forums.
So there isn't
That's
that.
what he wrote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
There is a whole forum where you can go and do stuff.
Yes, we have entire forums and stuff like that. So...
Forums.
Basically, what we want to do is to be able to match you guys up with people who are considered generally very good at this game and help you improve. So, if you would like to participate in that, we would like to help you. So, show up on IRC or post in the forums and be like, I'm interested in the mentoring system, and we'll start. It'll force us to put out more information. Because honestly, we're really slow about this shit.
No. We have all sorts of information. Don't let Demon fool you.
No.
He's trying to troll the whole community all at once.
I am.
Check back in a few days from now at blgaming.com. We're going to have an entire write-up. We currently have a forum set up for it, even though you can't see it. but you'll see it soon. And all that other cool stuff. So we have the whole thing set up. It's just going live, not exactly right now, because there's this whole like Thanksgiving thing going on.
Yeah,
where
pretty
people
much.
are giving thanks for givings.
And
then
doing this
shopping.
kind of thing too, which is not helping the show
I saw
slightly.
that. I saw that head, Bob Kennedy. I saw that.
Hey, has anybody died at Walmart yet?
No, but you know what, Rebel?
I'm gonna
At the
search right now,
Walmart
there's-
at Bush River, it is absolutely packed. The entire parking lot is full. That is not what I expected.
Really?
Really.
Are they open?
I looked up.
They are open.
Nothing found. I typed in Walmart Black Friday deaths. Nothing's come up yet. Just from 2008.
Yes. No
We're
one's
safe.
died shopping today,
Soon.
except unless
Yeah.
you live in the Middle East. Then, well, should happen.
All right, so I guess we've pretty much covered everything we wanted to cover this episode. Probably not. I'm sure we haven't. But I think
I
we should
will
have...
say, remind people on your awesome ladder system.
Oh, yeah, we do have an awesome ladder team ladder system where you sign up with the 5 people that you would like to play with the most, and then when you play games, it will automatically find if you've played a game, played it against another registered team, and it will record it. All you have to do is sign up.
Really cool.
Yay! And so you can be on top like My Revenge or other people. And, of course, Scytheman here trolling us with his Chucky doll, going,
Of course.
"Oh, look at me."
And in
That I
response
can't
to
hold
the
straight
question,
because
Virtual
I don't
Storm,
know where
or
my
this
camera's
crazy
pointing.
promotion Hi-Res teased about coming in the net very soon.
What was
we
that?
Can't tell you.
I saw that on Facebook and I haven't said anything.
Yeah, like we know what it is, but we can't tell you.
What are
Sorry.
you teasing people
On
about?
Facebook, Hi-Res said something special is coming or something like that. They promoted on their Facebook, but haven't said anything else about it.
Oh, yeah, I know what that is.
Bipolar Method won the last tournament.
Yes, they did! Woo! Go Bipolar. They
guess that
beat
wasn't
Juice.
Them being first, they beat Juice to win the tournament.
They
so-
did. It was an excellent game. Actually,
Yeah,
3
they
games,
ripped the
wasn't it?
Shit out of them.
It was a best of 3, right? Right.
I'm-
right.
no. I was
I can't remember.
doing personal things with
It was
Guess
best
I
of
missed
3.
that.
Yeah.
people.
Did-
Yeah.
Did they 2-0 them?
I think.
Yeah, it was the best one.
Oh, it was?
Was it best of
Okay.
one?
I was
Yeah.
like, I don't remember, like,
Yeah,
just winning
I
a
only
game.
remember one game, and I remember them like
Yeah, I
raping.
guess it was one game.
I remember because I was playing for BLG.
Opinion on
time.
Young Bay.
Yeah.
Young Bay.
Young Bay.
No comment.
Young Bay's cool guy. I don't know what to say about him. I mean, I don't know him personally, so...
It's a pretty good gamer tag. It's fairly memorable. Not as cool as Sturmies.
You're right. And it's also, it's kind of confusing because I think it's maybe a babe, so I'm expecting a girl, maybe. I'm not sure. Is it a girl? Is it a guy?
You're expecting a girl.
Well, it
Bay's
is Young
cool
Bay.
guy, Doesn't afraid of anything.
Right.
Yeah,
That is
Bay,
true.
No afraid.
It sums it.
Honey Badger ain't afraid of shit, yo.
Right. Exactly.
Something like that. I mean,
That honey
I don't-
badger.
I just work here.
Just
Work here. So, I guess we'll officially end the show now. End.
Yeah.
And then we'll just
come on,
continue with
guys.
some-
You had the opportunity to get Demon like completely smashed, and you just didn't type overpowered in the chat this whole time.
I'm pretty,
I mean,
I'm
come
pretty
on,
good.
guys.
Although,
Hey, I think Arachne's overpowered early game and underpowered late game. They should eat her out
Overpowered.
some.
I know.
oh yeah, I mean, I might fall out of my chair, but I mean, that it is cool. I am at the point, Rebel, where, as if you may know from,
I'm on
Rachel
the
telling you,
point,
I have the redness under the eyes, which is a sign of alcoholic induction stuff.
Alcoholic induction. Yes. That is a good sign.
It is,
When
but
you
I can
induct that
still,
alcohol.
I can still stand up and do a 360 and land on my feet and not
Alright,
fall.
alright, alright.
Do
I
it.
see 5 overpowered.
camera, right
6,
now.
So get.
I'll do it
to
after the show.
Well,
Oh,
seriously.
you have to do it now. You have to do it
You
now.
gotta do it now.
It's the rules.
Seriously, I
Can't
gotta
break
do it
on,
right
man.
now. You want me to stand up and
Yeah.
do a complete spin and stop and not fall over?
No, I want you
You
to
have to drink.
drink.
You
Oh,
know
you
what
want me
we
to
should
drink?
do? We should have to go play reincarnation mode and keep drinking.
Ah.
Do an APAM against viewers.
Mm-hmm.
I like reincarnation
You are
mode. But
APAM.
looks good against
I
viewers.
call the god that I don't have to use a mouse to win with.
Can you challenge an arena?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they just added.
So,
that, actually.
anybody here that doesn't or believe me, that says 100 proof on there.
Every single time you die in an arena, you have to drink.
I like
Only
it.
if I play
That's a good
nice
one.
drunk.
I like that one.
play very nice drunk. I don't, however. See, if you go to blgaming.com, you'll see our logo as play to win or don't play at all or something like that.
Yep.
And that is. So I was playing a game of flag football this morning. It was the Turkey Cup, and I'm up here in Memphis, so I was helping out my brother and his team to beat the shit out of the rivals. So, playing on defense, and really, when you're playing against people who work in the restaurant business, they're generally not terribly smart, so you can go mess with their head really easily. I was having a blast.
You
This
just
guy-
ruined us. Thank you, Rebel. You generalizing
so
all the people that
much
work in the
fun.
restaurant industry is
So
not
much
smart.
Who's making the art on your all site?
Hey, I
the
said general.
images.
Which
I said
images?
generally, there's some really brilliant people who work in the restaurant industry.
Who
Yes.
made that best at art? Where she's sitting on like the throne with the cat, or sitting with the cat behind her.
Walking in Memphis,
Major got that
I
one.
am in Memphis. I'm not walking currently. I'm sitting on a couch, but I am in downtown Memphis.
Yes, and every time he turns off and on his camera, he moves locations. If you have been paying attention this whole time, every time his camera has turned off and turned on, it has been somewhere else.
There's a leopard print pillow, and here is a football pillow.
We can't see it
And,
because your camera's frozen, because you're kind of in a dirt
Yeah.
position. But that's okay. So let me go ahead and end this episode with our lovely intro again. We'll call it an outro this time, and we'll feel special about it. And I would like to things, stuff, and great, awesome times. Sturmy's just great.
That was awesome. You rock, dude.
We shall give
It's
thanks
like
to all who
having
came and
really-
watched. on
Yes,
their
so
Giving
before we
Thanks
end
Day.
the show, we need to tell about what do you give thanks to Hi-Rez for. Come on, with this
Yeah,
lovely
man.
music in the background, what do you give thanks to Hi-Rez for?
For making a really cool game. It's so much fun to play. I enjoy playing it way more than other
No.
games like, say, Diablo.
Well, an objective action game. Like, I feel like so many games out there don't have the objectives and so many PvP games lose their objectives, but I like the action aspect that we get to play actually in objectives, not just some basic kill match for over and over.
Yeah. Serious. It's not like we have to. So my objective always in games is to kill Cerny. And when he's on my team, it makes it that much harder.
You gotta play a jumping character and jump out when you get him into a situation.
Right, right.
I'm just kidding. I love
Did you
Cerny.
do anything
He's
this time?
So I'm gonna start.
awesome.
So Sturmies, what are you thankful for with Hi-Rez?
I just want to point out, I'm in Canada and it's not Thanksgiving today.
Go yourself. Canada's just terrible. That's all you gotta realize.
But I have to say Sobek, just because.
Canada's Thanksgiving like a month earlier or something. Do they even have Thanksgiving?
I don't
Yes.
think they would.
I
You
don't
do?
know when though, but sometime this year.
Like, which have a holiday. I don't think it's a
Don't keep track of holiday calendars.
I just don't
Obviously.
care.
So, Timmy, what are you thankful for Hi-Rez for? I know what Timmy's thankful for. He's thankful for all the skins and all the stuff they let him show to everybody.
Exactly.
Am
You're
I-
right.
Yeah! That's
I
right.
still want the
Those
Mana
devs
skin.
for leaking out that stuff for me, man. I love it.
Oh, yeah. And then, Scytheman, what are you thankful for Hi-Rez for?
I'm thankful for them not banning me yet, and I guess Smite's pretty cool too.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So
Nice one.
we'll go ahead and give Hi-Rez these lovely things. We let's see. Thanks for making a free game. Thanks for making Bacchus, because he's such a fun guy to play, and also the game
Yes.
itself, which is one of the best games I've played in a long time. Yay for free games! I would like to thank them especially for
Do you say long time?
what?
You say free, I say gems.
I heard love you long.
I love you long time. What? I'm not
Yes.
paying attention to you anymore, sir.
Love you high.
42.
42, and don't forget your towel.
Yes.
What?
Exactly. Anybody who caught that reference wins an internet.
I will give you a handshake if you caught that reference.
I'm not going to go there. I will leave it at a handshake.
You know what?
We lost.
Shake,
some.
shake,
Yeah.
sir, shake.
Yes, Virtual Star Me wins the internet.
And the
Get a
handshake.
handshake.
Shake.
And the handshake. Shake. We want to overly emphasize the handshake aspect of this.
Yes.
This is brilliant. Brilliant. So, since everybody's video is cutting out, I will thank you guys for joining us. Please join us for the after show where we will do some obnoxious bullshit and have some fun. But until then, enjoy this intro from Odd Arcade. Now dubbed the outro. Look at that. It is amazing. It's all like, ooh, flowy, and it says Beyond the Rift, 2 Thursdays at 9. And it's got us there, and it's all like cool, and then it moves. Oh my god, it's Rebel! Look, and his name's typed out next to him, and then it goes twist again, and oh my god, it's me! Holy what do I do? I'm like stuck! And then it does that into that beautifulness. It's
Makes you look all
so
official.
awesome. It's so damn sexy.
Are you okay?